Let me tell you a quick story. About 6 years ago, I worked on a B2B product with a company that believed they had a truly unique idea. They were in a rush to launch. Speed was everything. The product owner made a clear decision: skip research, go straight to design. So he did. We spent almost a full year designing the product. Flows, screens, edge cases, all of it, based entirely on assumptions. No user interviews, no validations, no real feedback from the market. Then I left the company. After that, the team spent the next 4 years building what we had designed. And when it finally launched, guess what? It failed. Not because the UI was bad, not because the engineers weren't skilled. It failed because the product didn't match how real customers worked. The workflows didn't fit their processes. The value wasn't clear at all, and the problem it solved wasn't urgent enough to justify switching. 5 years of work, zero research, and nothing. That experience permanently changed how I think about design. Most products don't fail because of bad design. They fail because they were never built for real people. Today, I'm breaking down what user research actually is. If you design without research, you are not designing, you are guessing, and guessing is expensive. User research is not complicated at all. It's learning who your users are, what they need, and why they behave the way they do. That's it. There are two core types. Quantitative research answers how many, how often. Surveys, analytics, and A/B tests. Qualitative research answers why. Interviews, observations, usability tests. If I make it simple, numbers tell you what is happening and people tell you why it is happening. And you need both. But the important question is, why does user research actually matter in the real world? Let's break it down into 3 reasons that decide outcomes. Reason 1, relevance. If your product isn't relevant, nothing else matters. Not visuals, not animations, not branding. User research builds empathy. It shows you how people really live, think, and decide. And that changes what you design. Quick example, Samsung used to design TVs around technical features. Better resolution, better sound, more features. Then they watched people at home and discovered something unexpected. People didn't want TVs to stand out. They wanted them to disappear. The TV wasn't a gadget, it was furniture. So Samsung redesigned everything. Slimmer, cleaner, minimal. The result? They doubled their global market share. Relevance beats assumptions every time. Okay, relevance gets users in the door, but what makes them stay? Reason 2. Reason 2, ease and pleasure. If users struggle, that's not a user problem, that's a design problem. If 3 users get stuck on the same screen, it's not an accident, it's a feature you accidentally designed. Designers are cursed with knowledge. You know every feature, every shortcut, every edge case. Users don't. This gap is called expert bias. What feels obvious to you feels confusing to everyone else. There is an interesting experiment I really like called the tapping illusion. One person taps a song on a table. In their head, the melody is perfectly clear. But to everyone else, it's just random knocking. That's exactly what is happening in product design. Designers hear the melody, users hear noise. And users don't stick around to decode noise. People always have alternatives. Reason 3, return on investment. UX feels invisible, so it's often the first thing to get caught. That's a mistake. Bad UX doesn't fail loudly, it fails quietly. Through drop-offs, through lost trust. User research turns design into evidence. You can prove impact with higher conversion, faster task completion, better retention, and measured outcomes. Research turns opinion into proof. So if you want to stop guessing and do some high quality work, you have to build products people actually need, make them addictive to use, and prove their value with data. Research isn't a phase, It's a habit. If you want your product to be in the top 1%, you have to stop playing the entertainment game and start solving the real pain. See you in the next one. Bye.